Why we are using .NET 8 to learn C#. In this course, we're using .NET 8 because it's the latest and most advanced version of the framework. It's latest, designed with today's development needs in mind. It's also fast, giving high performance in real-world apps. Security is a top priority, and .NET 8 is both secure and reliable. It supports C#12, the latest version of the language, so you learn with all the newest features. It's cross-platform. This means you can run your apps on Windows, macOS, or even Linux. And importantly, companies are already migrating to .NET 8 for building web apps, desktop applications, APIs, and cloud-based services, so you're learning what's relevant in the real world. Getting started with C#. C# is a modern programming language developed by Microsoft. It was introduced in the year 2000 as part of the .NET framework. It is object-oriented, powerful like C++, and easy like Visual Basic. That's why it is known for being both powerful and beginner-friendly. Where C# used? C# is widely used in many areas. You can build desktop apps for Windows, create web applications, develop games using the Unity engine, and make powerful software for businesses. Its flexibility makes it popular in many industries. Key features of C#. C# has many great features. It is type-safe, which means fewer bugs and safer code. It supports object-oriented programming, which helps organize large projects. With multi-threading, you can run multiple tasks at once. It also handles memory automatically through garbage collection. Interoperability with .NET. C# works smoothly with other .NET languages and has a large collection of built-in libraries to speed up development. Setting up the development environment. To write and run C# code, there are two ways to set up your development environment. You can either use the .NET SDK with Visual Studio Code, or you can use Visual Studio, which is the most popular and complete option. In this course, we'll move forward using Visual Studio only, because it makes learning and building apps much easier. Go to the official website visualstudio.microsoft.com and download the Community Edition of Visual Studio. During the installation, make sure to select the ASP.NET and Web Development and .NET Desktop Development workload. Once the setup is complete, Visual Studio will be ready to help you build, test, and run your C# applications all in one place. For more information about how to install verses, you can follow the link given in description box. Writing your first C# program. Here we start with a simple program that displays a message on the screen. It uses the method console.writeLine to print the message. And the program starts executing from the main method, which is the entry point of every C# application. Now let's write our very first C# program. First, open up Visual Studio. Next, click on Create a new project. In the search bar, type console app that targets .NET 8 and click Next. Now, give your project a name, something like My First Project. Check the project location. This is where your files will be saved. By default, Visual Studio saves them in Documents Visual Studio 2022 projects. If you want to change that, just click the Browse button and pick a different folder. Then click Create. Once your project is created, Visual Studio opens the program.cas file. This is where your main method lives, the entry point for your console app. This line tells your program to use the system namespace, which contains basic built-in functionality like working with the console, dates, math, and more. In .NET 8, you'll see top-level statements like this. Console.writeLine. Hello, world. Simple and clean. Alright, let's break down this line of code. Console refers to the command line window, a place where your program can show messages to the user. WriteLine is a method that tells the console to print a message and then move to a new line. The text inside the quotes is what gets displayed. In this case, so when you run the program, that's exactly what appears on screen. You can even change the message like this. Simple, right? Now, let's run the app. Just click the green Start button at the top or press Ctrl plus F5 to run without debugging. If your console window closes too quickly, use console.readline at the end of main to keep the window open. And that's it. You've just built your first console app in Visual Studio. Now understanding the C# compilation process. C# is a compiled language. The process starts when we write the code in .cs files. Next, the C# compiler takes this code and converts it into something called intermediate language or simply IL. This intermediate language is not directly understood by the machine. So, the Common Language Runtime, also called CLR, comes into play. The CLR runs this intermediate language using a special part called the Just-in-Time Compiler or JIT. The JIT compiler translates the IL code into native machine code, which can finally be executed by your computer. This entire process ensures that your C# programs run smoothly and efficiently. Basic input and output in C#. C# provides simple ways to take input and display output. We use the built-in console class to do both. It makes reading from the user and printing to the screen quick and easy. Let's understand the simple code for input and output in C#. First, we open program.cs file. Inside the main method, we ask the user for their name using console.writeLine. This displays a message but doesn't move to the next line. Then we use console.readLine to read whatever the user types and store it in a variable called name. Finally, we greet the user with console.writeLine, hello, plus name plus exclamation mark. Let's focus on the plus sign here. In this line, the plus is not used for math. Instead, it's used for string concatenation. Finally, we greet the user by printing hello, followed by their name, using console.writeLine. This way, we take input and show output in a C# program. All these pieces are joined into one complete sentence. If the user enters Alex, the output will be hello, Alex. That's how we display a message with the user's input in C#. Thank you for watching today's tutorial. If it was helpful, please like and subscribe for more C# content.